All right, the final match day for groups E and F are finally done with Japan just recently beating Spain 2-1 to top the group. And a great day of football again. Man, these third match days for each group are pretty entertaining, I'd say. Pretty
I would agree.
entertaining.
I would
So
agree.
today, or right now, I'll focus on Japan Spain in particular because to me that was the most exciting match of the
Hmm.
day, most meaningful. And yeah, like I said, Japan beats Spain 2-1, finishing top of the group. What do we think? We weren't expecting this. I will say, Andres made a bet for Japan finishing top of the group, and he won it. Won a total of twelve
You
hundred
won it.
dollars. $1,200 for the man. But yeah, I don't know. We weren't expecting this. What are your thoughts, there?
Oh man. Honestly, like Japan are just that team that they do not have the individual quality. I mean, they have some good players, but they don't have the
Yeah.
individual quality that they played in Spain and in Germany. And they just fight for everything. They do not lose belief, and it looks like they love being underdogs. And this time, they did not
You.
make the stupid decision by the manager to rotate his team, which was idiotic. But
Yeah.
his team was like, "We're not going to let you down," and they won 2-1 against Germany, and now 2-1 against Spain. They played to their strengths once again. I think they had 17% possession. They had like
17, is that you said?
17%.
Holy
They had
smokes. Oh,
three
yeah.
shots on target, and they made two of those count. Um, Honestly, for like, I don't, and it's hard for me to say. Is this just Spain and Germany being poor, or is this Japan just being playing so well to the like to what they needed to do? Is it a little bit of both? I mean, it could be just a little bit of both, but
I'm going with a little bit of both. I'm thinking, like, to me, so I think when they played Germany, right? Germany was up 1-0 as well at halftime.
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
just Japan have just a way of catching these teams off guard and
hmm
in like the span of 5, 10, 15 minutes, and the other team just having no ability to come back from it. Like they're just shell
yeah,
shocked. I mean that's the
yeah,
term the commentators keep using. The exact same thing happening against Germany, like I said, down one at halftime, and they this game even sooner in the 48th minute, and then the 51st minute just turn it up right away. Um, I'll name more of the stats, like you said. 70% possession. Japan had 228 passes compared to Spain's 1,058. Japan had 67% pass accuracy, and Spain had 91. So Japan didn't even have a corner, more yellow cards. Insane. The goals were that first goal was great. Unai Simon should have done better for sure.
yeah,
He got two hands
definitely.
on it. But yeah, he should have done better. And then the second goal, oh my god, by the tiniest of margins, the ball
Yeah.
goes up, looks like it goes out of play. In fact, stays in because of course the rule is the whole ball needs to be out. Stays in, crosses it back in to a Japanese player right a foot in front of the goal and just nods it in with his leg. Fantastic. The scenes of it happening. I wish
Oh
they
yeah.
didn't have to review it, but it was
Right.
great. It was great. I mean, they panned to a fan afterwards, crying. I almost cried.
I
I
saw the
almost,
guy. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It
that was
was
great.
great.
And then
Uh,
watching it alongside the Germany game, I watched both at the same time. But
Same.
the
Yeah.
hype at one point, Japan and Costa Rica going through, and Germany and Spain didn't. God, could you imagine if Costa Rica were able to hold on to it?
Would have been something. And like, I'm gonna be honest. I Spain made 5 changes to the start of this game. I think I remember
Mm-hmm.
looking at that, and you said it yourself. You're like Japan did the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't.
And they lost to a
Like I
much
said, I
weaker
don't want to take
side.
anything. Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from Japan because this was an excellent performance where they did what they had to do. But at the end of the day, Spain controlled this game up until for like 5 minutes, and then like that 10 minutes where they didn't.
Yeah.
But they they never looked like they were going to score after Japan scored. I never really thought they were going to score. There was never any chances. I thought honestly, Pedri and Gavi like weren't weren't
Mm-hmm.
weren't weren't that great.
Yeah.
Uh, Morata was taken off, which I thought was a little weird considering
Yeah.
they needed
What
someone like that
what
in the
he's done
box.
for the team so far too, just being in.
Yeah,
He scored today.
and he scored today, so I thought that was kind of weird taking him off for Asensio. Um, I was just I don't know. The game plan and the changes and just everything was just so weird, and
Yeah.
Japan capitalized on it. And honestly, I'm happy Japan top first because to be honest, they impressed the most. If we're being 100%, they
No,
impressed the most
definitely.
of all the teams.
They would deserve
And
the most.
Yeah, easily. And yeah, I'm just happy we got to see some underdogs. We're
Yeah.
getting to see a lot of underdogs actually, and
Oh, it's
we've got
making like
Morocco going through. We didn't talk about that, but
we
Morocco is
will.
going
We
through.
will.
Um, so like it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be
Fantastic.
fun.
I mean, a couple comments I have for Spain at least. The starting lineup consisted of Nico Williams, starting
Yeah.
at right wing, Pedri and Gavi in the midfield, with alongside Busquets, right, who brings experience, and then Baldi at left back. Um,
Mhm.
don't get me wrong, great players, great young players. They make, I think, next World Cup Spain are going to be just as good for sure. Um,
Mhm.
but I think I'm not saying this was the cause of everything, but you need players in there who know how to keep a lead, who have been in the situation before, who are
Mhm.
not, just running rampant. Don't get me wrong, like they played pretty decent, of course, but like you look at the sub, like Nico Gavi and Baldi all came off, which means Luis Enrique like thought they weren't beneficial
Yeah.
to keep in against
I
Japan.
I think definitely you have a great point with Nico Williams. I
Hmm.
understand why he was brought on to
Hmm.
start, but he looked very, what's the word? I don't want to say out of his element because he wasn't, but he was very, it was an inexperience right there. He didn't
Yeah,
really impact the game much, and he was taken out pretty quickly. And
yeah,
Balde himself, he's not Jordi Alba's level. Even Jordi Alba at 33 is still an excellent player.
right.
And I think they missed him a lot on the left side. Jordi Alba, I think Jordi Alba's one of the top sisters in the tournament right now. So they missed him a lot. Um,
Yeah,
and it's just, like you said, it's one of those where I don't want to blame it all on the experience, but you can definitely say some of it had an impact. And to be
definitely.
honest, they're just lucky that Costa Rica didn't get a win against Germany because
Hmm.
otherwise Spain were
They
out.
should be out. I mean, yeah. To be honest, like I'm not gonna say Spain don't deserve to go through because they've been a strong team. I mean,
True.
7-2 thrashing saved them
Yeah.
here from not being knocked out. But I mean, like looking at the players that they kept on the bench, like again, they did this earlier too. They put Rodri in defense and
Yeah.
as a center back, which is if Luis Enrique thinks he can play it, maybe he can play it. But you have Laporte on the bench who could come on instead and play Eric Garcia who played that role better, and then maybe you replace Gavi or Pedri with Rodri as a defensive midfielder to bring that to
Mhm.
have two defensive midfielders and keep the lead a little bit better. Um, you start Pau Torres next to him, which is fine, but I think I don't want to question Luis Enrique too much. I think he's been phenomenal as a Spain manager, but a little iffy today, resulting
Yeah.
in them finishing second in the group behind
Yeah.
a weaker Japan side, but a Japan side with more heart. I mean, we've seen the amount of teams that have gone to games thinking that it's going to be a cakewalk. I mean, even Japan did against Costa Rica, which they did. We mentioned earlier, substituting 5 players out. We've seen that this is a World Cup. This isn't a friendly. Friendlies you can rest players. The World Cup you need to start as best
You
of the
don't.
squad you can and
Yeah.
get the result, regardless of the group
Exactly.
stage, regardless of the opponent. So yeah.
I'm with you 100%. I think the thought that managers rest players, you only rest if you know 100% that there's no way anything could change with your result or your placement. I understand
Hmm.
at that point. But when Japan did it, that was stupid, and we all pointed it out. And thankfully, they made up for their mistakes. And then Spain
Hmm.
did it now, and it cost them first. Now, I think it is interesting because on paper, they're playing technically a weaker team than Croatia
Hmm.
because Croatia finished second and Morocco finished first. So
Right.
technically, on paper, Spain actually got a more favorable draw, but Morocco finished first, Croatia didn't. Does that mean
Right.
Morocco? I'll be honest, I haven't seen Morocco play, so maybe
Hmm.
Morocco are the strong team. Who knows? But at the end of the day, Spain didn't get first, and so they're probably going to kick themselves for that.
Definitely. I mean, you look at it's kind of disappointing too because you look at Japan. Japan left three key players on the bench. That being Minamino on the bench in
Mhm.
attack, Tomiyasu center back on the
Mhm.
bench, and Ito on the bench. And like, I don't want to say, oh no, sorry, they had the Ito up top, but I don't want to say they played a worse team than they should, but it's still a team that even with these key players out, you think Spain are going to take advantage of.
Yeah,
Um, and they definitely did. I mean, we saw 2-1, and like you said, Spain gets saved by the skin of their teeth. It
yeah,
not by their own fruition. I mean, yes, by their own fruition because of the goal difference, but Costa Rica wins, then Costa Rica and Japan are through, and Spain and Germany are out. Um, I don't know. To be honest, if Spain was out, I'd be kind of disappointed. I'm already disappointed that Germany's gone because we can't see Musiala move forward
right. Musiala was
throughout the
great.
tournament. He was great. He's been in the bright spot the whole group stage.
Yeah, yeah.
We do get to see Gavi, we do get to see Pedri keep moving forward, which is a good thing for them. They definitely will learn from this loss for sure. Um,
Hmm.
I think to comment again, we've been commenting on this every match reaction, but we saw what Morata can do as a number 9 up top.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
just the fact that there's a player there and the team still aren't using them, and even Fulkrug came on today. Didn't he come on and score?
Oh,
Um,
bro. Can we talk about Germany right now, or will we talk about it later?
we'll do a second one. We'll do a second one then.
Okay, okay, okay.
All right. So
I'm gonna go in on Hansi Flick right now. I'm so ready. Okay.
yeah, okay. So we'll just let's just go. We'll make the other one right now. We'll just end this one here because I think we pretty much said what we need to say. Um,
Yeah.
Another upset for an entertaining World Cup. They keep coming. Makes the World Cup
Yeah.
good. Like I said, we have to admit this World Cup's a good one.
It is. I
For
want to
sure.
add something as well. I think who's Japan playing? Is it Croatia? I think that's going to be an extremely good game. I
Hmm.
think Croatia are good. Actually, they're better, but
Yeah.
we know we see what Japan does against better teams. They pick them
Hmm.
apart. So that's going to be great. Spain play Morocco. Morocco are a team that love to take pressure, soak in pressure, and then hit you
Hmm.
1-2 punch, just like Japan did.
Hmm.
So honestly, so I know there's a lot of Spanish fans out there, but I wouldn't underestimate Morocco if I were them. It's
Yeah.
gonna be some good knockout games.
Definitely. I mean, uh, exactly. We'll see if Spain can learn from their mistakes here. I think
Yeah,
the things you have to do,
definitely.
you have to start Morata, you have to start Jordi Alba.
Hmm.
You can't start Nico Williams. The
No.
midfield's fine to me. I think like Pedri, Busquets, and Gavi do the job for sure.
Yeah,
But
they've been doing it. Yeah.
you have to look at it in a different light with what you've
Hmm.
done and how you've lost and things like that. Um,
Agreed.
but definitely should be a good game. I think it's Monday. I think to Sunday or Monday. Those games would be
It'd be like Monday or Tuesday because
Monday or
Sunday
Tuesday.
was the games from yesterday.
Got it.
I
So
think.
Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, don't forget to check those out. If you got to this point, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe
Yeah.
if you want to see more of these match reactions. We've been doing them for almost every game, at least the
Hmm.
later games for us because it's harder to do earlier games. And please like the video. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the Germany versus Costa Rica reaction. So we'll see you.